Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we are on Rink B tonight. But it looks like the GNASH Cup is not going to be on the line for Franklin to win tonight because it looks like Montgomery Bell are going to beat Pope and force the fight to go to at least Monday. It is 3-1 MBA over Pope. Late in the third there. Franklin, of course, coming off of a 5-0 clobbering at the hands of Pope on Monday night. And Father Ryan beat Innsworth, so the race for the GNASH Cup is still interesting, and the race for the Pretz Cup 1 seed is still interesting. But there is a consequence if NBA win this game. It means that Ravenwood will be the 8th seed for the Predators Cup. And I've got the NBA Big Red broadcasting feed up. So that is how I am able to view. Looks like just under 5 minutes left over on Rink A. Again, NBA up 1. 3-1. Hold on a second here. I did not bring up my stats page. Full drive. I got to bring that up real quick. All right, so let's go over the scores for Monday. Again, there were just 2 games on Monday night. Father Ryan beat Innsworth Nowensville Lipscomb 3-2, and Pope Prep MOK GCA beat Franklin 5-0. So here are the Tier 1 standings coming into tonight. Summit Page leading at 4-1. Innsworth Nowensville Lipscomb in second at 3-2-1. Father Ryan are at 3-3. Pope are at 3-2. I don't know why they have Pope above Ryan. They both have 3 wins, but Ryan beat Pope in this second half. Franklin should be ahead of Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill on goal differential. 2-2-1 the Admirals are. Mount Juliet are 2-1-1. MBA are at 0-1-3. And Ravenwood are at 0-5. On to Tier 2, Rutherford leading at 4-1-1. Rutherford Rampage leading at 4-1. Brentwood at second at 3-1-1. Centennial at 3-2. The Outlaws, Tennessee Outlaws at 3-1. Centennial ahead of the Outlaws because they've beaten them. USNBA, Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture, who still don't play their last game of the regular season for another week and a half, at 3-3. Station Camp Liberty Creek are at 2-4. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 1-2-1. And Independence Ravenwood 2 are at 0-5. And the GNASH Cup standings, let me pull that up real quick. Okay, okay, here we go. Okay. Never mind. So Franklin are at 8-2-2. MBA right now are at Father Ryan are at 6-7. 6-6. Mount Juliet are at 4-5-2. And Ravenwood are at Brentwood and Rutherford got relegated to Tier 2 in the second half, so they can't win it. The schedule for tonight, of course, going on right now over on Rink A, we've got Pope taking on MBA. It was senior night for Pope. It is 3-1, I guess, still 3-1. MBA played in that one. Coming up in just a few minutes here on Rink B at Centennial, Summit Page taking on Franklin. 2 and 8:40 start times over on Rink A. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill taking on Ravenwood. It's senior night for the Bears. And also getting underway in the North Rink in Antioch. Centennial taking on Independence. Taking on Hendersonville Beach. Gallatinville win that game, then Independence will claim the 8th seed for the Henry Hine Cup. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game. First up, Summit Page, coached, of course, by Greg Sowers. 4-1. Half of the regular season so far. Their last 5 games opened up the second half of the regular season with an 11-7 win over Mount Juliet on November 13th. 2 weeks later, they lost on November 27th. They lost 4-2 to Pope. 2 weeks after that, the week after that, on December 4th, they got their Christmas present from MBA, the 7-1 win, because Hunterwick was healthy scratched. December 6th, they beat Ravenwood 4-0, and then 2 weeks ago tonight, January 10th, they beat Father Ryan 5-2. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Zach Ellis, the team's leading scorer, has 26 points from 16 goals and 10 assists. James Gilmartin, 22 points from 7 goals and 15 assists. Hunter Haley, 17 points from 10 goals and 7 assists. Aiden Garner's 15 points from 7 goals and 8 assists. Aiden Meyer, 10 points from 6 goals and 4 assists. Cam White and Cody Lightfoot each with 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Hudson Halters with 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Sean Scott with 7 points from 4 goals and 3 assists. Sean Scott serving the first of a 3-game suspension tonight for making an obscene gesture at an official in the Father Ryan game a couple of weeks ago, so he's going to miss tonight, the game against Dinsworth on Monday, and then their first-round Preds Cup game. Sean Scott with 7 points from 4 goals and 3 assists. Daniel Lawrence, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Jonah Ferguson, 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Braden Owen, 5 points from 4 goals and an assist. Elijah Selby, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Zach Peterson, 3 points from assists. Preston Hart, 2 points from goals. Colin Breedlove, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Nathan Metzger with 2 points from assists. And Gavin Smith is a point from an assist. Reeve Gable, the only Summit skater without a point. On to goalie play. Seth Wagner has played in 5 games. His record 4-0. He's played just over 175.5 minutes. Goals against average of 3.35. 1 shutout. He's allowed 14 goals and 61 shots. Turned away the other 47. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 77. Brady Tessier has played in 9 games. 8 of those were starts. His record 5-3. He's played just shy of 325 minutes. Goals against average of 3.23. 1 shutout. He's allowed 25 goals on 162 shots. Turned away the other 137. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 85. As Pope have the net empty over on rink A, and I'm guessing that NBA just scored.
Knocks one through.
You'll love to see that.
You do.
Yeah, so it's 4-1 late.
4-1.
Franklin, their last 5 games, opened the second half with a 5-0 win over Father Ryan on November 15th. No correction. Yeah, that's right. November 27th, they beat Ravenwood 7-2. 2 nights later, November 29th, the 2-2 tie with MBA. December 6th, the 3-2 loss to Ensworth. And then on Monday night, the 5-0 loss to Pope. As MBA win 4-1, and that means Ravenwood will be the 8th seed for the Predators Cup. Can you believe that? People would have called you crazy last year. McLean Butters and Gavin Akers each have 16 points. Butters from 11 goals and 5 assists. Gavin Akers from 16 points from 5 goals and 11 assists. Quinn Loesch, 12 points from 6 goals and 6 assists. Hudson Loesch, 10 points from 8 goals and 2 assists. Brandon Mills, 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Kel Lewis, 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Casper Thurston, 8 points from 2 goals and 6 assists. Grant Hayes, 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Hudson Richards, 6 points from 4 goals. Aiden Murphy, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Will McCormick, 5 points all from assists. Owen McGroarty and Michael Mannion, who's again out for the season with shoulder surgery, has 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Quinn Spencer, 3 points from assists. Cole Pointer, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Hank Hayes, a point from a goal. Grayson Butters and Chase Wagers, each with a point from a goal. And I'll go over the goalie stats during the first period break because we're ready to go here. Chad Jansen going to start in goal for Franklin, and it looks like Brady Tessier is going to be in goal for Summit. This first period, Summit will carry the puck towards me. Franklin will carry it away from me as the game is underway. Summit win the draw, bringing it into the Franklin zone, but It's taken off of Aiden Garner and cleared. And it ends up being iced by Cale Lewis. So just 11 seconds in, and we're going to have a face-off down to the right of Chad Jansen. So NBA with that win, their first win of the second half, by the way. They're now 1-1-3 in the second half, and they are now 7-1-4 in the GNASH Cup race. They're tied with Franklin on points, but Franklin are given the lead because they have 8 wins to now NBA 7. Puck on the near boards, past the slot by Aiden Garner, is stolen by Gavin Akers. Casper Thurston dumps it into the Summit zone. Puck down low, Cam White hands it off. And here's Aiden Garner skating through center. Garner into the Franklin zone on the left wing side of the puck, jabbed off his stick, swept around the boards by McLean Butters, picked up on the far side. That's the bleacher side of the ice by Gavin Akers. Akers chipping it up the near side. Butters taps it into the Summit zone, but it was cleared out. Off the bench, Quinn Loesch with it. Whiffs on a pass attempt and then falls over, and lucky for him, the man who got that pass was Aiden Garner, fell over crossing the Franklin blue line. Gavin Akers banks it off the far boards and out to center. Sent back into the Franklin zone by Cam White. Here's Cale Lewis in the right wing corner, dropping it behind the net. Puck still out on the far boards and unable to clear it. Franklin held in and pass across by Daniel Lawrence. Cody Lightfoot didn't see it in the left circle. Puck comes up to the left point, tapped away. Now it's on the stick of Aiden Meyer in the high slot, but he's double teamed and has it whacked off his stick. Puck just above the right wing corner, still in the Franklin zone. Big tie up for it against the kick plate. Daniel Lawrence trying to pass it up to the right point. Stolen by Quinn Loesch. He's having trouble trying to get it out. Comes to Quinn Spencer. He banks it off the kick plate and out to center. And Daniel Lawrence put a stick in front of it to deflect it back into the Summit or Franklin zone. Otherwise, Quinn Loesch might have been off on a breakaway as the Admirals end up icing the puck. 11:56 to go on the first end. No goals on the board yet. Draws to the left of Jansen. Draw one by Franklin. Owen McGroarty out at center on the near side into the Summit zone on the right wing. Pass across. Nobody could get there. Puck comes up to the left point and a shot from Quinn Spencer misses the net. Puck on the inboards behind the net. Sent around the wall to the far side. Here's Spencer now behind the net. Trying to put it out in front. He's squeezed up against the boards, I think, by Elijah Selby. Puck comes back up to the left point, dumped back down deep by Quinn Spencer. It's now over on the right wing boards. Cole Pointer. Try to carry it down low into the right wing corner. Owen McGroarty with it. Puck gets away from him, slides behind the net, over towards the left wing corner. Now McGroarty being pushed around by Elijah Selby. Puck behind the net, and Summit come up with it, knocked off a Summit stick, but that Summit player is going to get it back and clear it out. It's now in the Franklin zone on the near side, picked up by David Unger, and a diagonal cross-ice forward pass to Brandon Mills in the Summit zone, and his shot from the left wing kind of dipped when it came to the front of the net. I don't know if Brady Tessier got a glove on it or not. They're saying on the board he touched it. So that's the first shot on goal of the game, and it goes to Franklin. Puck out at center, now back in the Franklin zone, going to the front of the net. Aiden Garner, a backhander, stopped by Chad Jansen. The rebound leaked through him, but went past the right-hand side of the net. So Chad Jansen comes up with a big save early. Puck out in front, a shot stopped by Jansen. And that was from James Gilmartin who had that chance. So Summit come up with two big chances. Chad Jansen comes up with two big saves. 10:09 to go in the first. Still 0-0, but Franklin letting big-time scores get in behind them. They win the draw. And then Gavin Akers gives it away to Hunter Haley, whose backhander was knocked down by Akers' stick. Puck still in the zone as it comes up to the blue line. Lawrence trying to move down the right wing. A shot off the left leg pad of Jansen. And then flicking the backhand off the glove of Jansen past the net was Gil Martin. Puck cleared out by Franklin. It's back in the Summit zone. Alex Broy knocks down a clearing attempt. McLean Butters holding it in. Goes into the left wing corner. Puck passed up to the right point. Cale Lewis. Lewis holding. Taking a shot and it missed the net to the right of Tessier. Puck now behind the net. Put out in front for Butters, but it rolls off his stick. Lewis holds it into the right point. Tries to send it to the front of the net. Shot for Butters. Turned away by Tessier. Butters shooting in the right circle. Puck coming out in front of the Summit net. The Spartans have it. Carried to center by James Gilmartin, but he has it tapped off his stick and swept back into the Summit zone. Summit will change the line. And Hudson Richards jumps in and takes the puck away from Zach Ellis, trying to put it out in front of the Summit net. Puck in the left wing corner. Puck out on the right wing side. Now it's over on the left wing side, and it looks like the Spartans are going to end up icing it. Yep. 8:26 to go in the first, and no goals on the board. Draw was to the right of Brady Tessier. Summit managing to get it into the Franklin zone. David Unger gets to it, whips it around the boards to the near side. Held in by Zach Peterson. Puck in the left wing corner. Cody Lightfoot. Around the back of the net, knocked into the boards. David Unger comes up with it again. McLean Butters on the far side, passing it out to the blue line, and is tapped out to center by Casper Thurston. Here's Hudson Richards in the Summit zone, trying to split defenders. But one defender got in and kept him from getting a shot off, and then Unger with a little shot from just below the right point that Tessier got a piece of because they put that shot up on the board. At center with it is Aiden Meyer. He'll backhand it into the Franklin zone and go to the bench for a change. Puck comes around the boards to the far side. It's out at center. Now here's Aiden Murphy, right wing side of the Summit zone. A shot turned away by Tessier and into the netting above the glass. 7:28 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. I guess it didn't go off a Tessier. I guess it went off a Summit sticking its way out because they're still showing Franklin with 3 shots on the board. Puck out at center. Josh Yurievich with it. Passes it up the far side. Trying to get it to Loesch. Puck now back in the Summit zone. Here's Alex Broy in the Franklin, Chase Wagers in the Franklin end. Passing it up the near side. Knocked off the stick of Grant Hayes as he tried to cross the Summit blue line. He gets it back at center and dumps it back in the zone. Puck back in the Summit end once more. It's out at center. Gavin Akers with it. Curls around. He re-enters the Summit zone on the left wing side. Taking a shot. Gloved and held on to by Brady Tessier. 6:15 left in the first. Still zip. Draws to the right of Tessier. And Franklin win the draw, and I think McLean Butters with a shot that Tessier has to stop and hang on to. Draw will be to his right once more. Summit win the draw this time and clear it down ice for an icing. On Monday, Franklin play Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill in their last game of the regular season. It'll be senior night for the Admirals. It's in Bellevue. And Summit draw to the right of Tessier, play their regular season finale next Monday. As Franklin win the draw, and a shot from Cole Pointer had to be steered away by Tessier. They play their regular season finale next Monday against Ensworth. Of course, that game was supposed to have been played last Wednesday, but got postponed by Old Man Winter. I think it's here at Centennial. I think it's over on A at 7:40. They initially did not have a 7:40 slot for next week, but they ended up having to improvise. The vast majority, about half the teams in the league are doing their senior nights next week. And a lot of them are doing on a Monday. Here's Gavin Akers back in the Summit zone on the right wing side. Push towards the boards. Alex Broy trying to put it out in front. And unable to get the shot off was Cole Pointer. Puck held into the blue line. Kel Lewis with a shot and went off of Franklin's stick and across the front of the net. Back in the Franklin zone, taking a bump on the left wing side by Kel Lewis. Oh, and are they gonna get him? Are they gonna get Garner? Looks like Garner's gonna go to the box. Yep, for unsportsmanlike conduct. Jim Diamond, who's also the league scheduler, one of the referees tonight, so Garner must have said something after taking that hit from Lewis. So Franklin get the first power play of the game. No goals on the board yet. 4:55 to go in the first. Draws to the left of Tessier, won by Franklin. Puck held in at the left point by Casper Thurston. Passed over to Gavin Akers, center point, trying to send it to the front of the net. And McLean Butters, I don't know if he got the shot off or not before he got knocked down right in front of the net. Puck coming around the boards down the near side. Now McLean Butters, right wing side of the Summit zone. Has to go to the inboards, but he lost the puck. Zach Ellis carried it to the Franklin blue line, but stripped on the back check by Casper Thurston. Nice job by Thurston there. Zach Ellis is the nightmare player. Oh, is a shot from, I think it's McGroarty, missed the net to the right of Tessier. The puck leaking back into the Franklin zone. Chad Jansen, oh, what a gutsy play to sweep it away from a charging Aiden Meyer. Now there's Hudson Richards back in the Summit zone, unable to get room to shoot. Puck taken away from him. And now here's Zach Ellis leading a possible 2-on-1 for Meyer. Shots! Score! No, is it in? Yes, it is. It's in. Aiden Meyer puts it in the bottom corner on the right-hand side of the net, and it's 1-0. Summit with 3:43 to go in the first. And 48 seconds left in the power play, so it's a short-handed goal. So Hudson Richards has the puck taken away, trying to go in on goal in the Summit end, and it leads to a Summit goal. Here's Hudson Loesch with a shot from the left wing side of the Summit zone, off the glove of Tessier and up over the net. Now Franklin, they almost had a wraparound. Tessier was hanging out of the right-hand side of his net, and Grant Hayes almost had a backhanded wraparound try. Now a shot from the bottom of the left circle is turned away by Tessier. Puck out at center with 15 seconds left of the man advantage. Now it's back in the Franklin zone. Cale Lewis backhands it out to center. Here's Hudson Loesch. I'm sorry, Quinn. I keep calling him Hudson. It's Quinn. Here's a shot from David Unger inside the Summit zone that's knocked down with a glove of Tessier, and he'll cover. Clock is run down. The penalty clock is run down to 0-0, so Aiden Garner out of the box. Draws to the right of Tessier. So Summit back at even strength. The penalty clock, I guess, all the tenths didn't run out on the penalty clock because it stayed at 0-0 until Denny Corns restarted the clock just now. And the puck is iced by Cale Lewis from deep inside his own zone. 2:38 to go in the first. 1-0 Summit. Draw was won by Franklin. Gave it away to Summit for a moment. Now it's taken back by the Admirals. Puck on the near side of their own zone. Cole Pointer trying to pass it up the woods to get it out. It's held in, and a shot from Elijah Selby blocked. Now another shot from out high blocked. I think Aiden Garner shooting from out high. Now the puck back in the Summit end. Here's Owen McGorty closing in a shot, score! Owen McGorty from the bottom of the right circle fires it into the back of the net. And for the first time since early in the third period against Innsworth on December 6th, Franklin have scored a goal. It's 1-1 with 2:12 to go in the first. So both sides break up scoring chances at one end and then immediately take it to the other end and score. Puck back deep in the Summit zone, picked up by Elijah Selby. Comes up to Daniel Lawrence on the near or far boards. Franklin trying to get it back. Now here comes Summit again. Oh, nice move by Cody Lightfoot to get around Chase Wagers, but Josh Yurievich stayed with him and forced him to go to the inboards of the Franklin zone. Here's Hank Hayes. Going to lead a rush out to center, send the puck past Aiden Meyer, but Meyer turned around and flicked it back in the other direction, back towards the Franklin zone. Now it's back in on the right wing side. Here's Gavin Akers. In the right wing corner, battling with Meyer, who gets the puck off him. Now Akers passing it around the back of the net to Hank Hayes. Hayes passing it to the far side of the Franklin zone where Aiden Murphy clears it out. I think it may have gone off a Summit sticking its way down. Nope, it did not. Icing called against the Admirals. 63 seconds left in the first. The game is tied at 1. Draws to the left of Jansen. Won by Franklin, and the puck cleared down ice for another icing. We've entered the final minute of the first. 55 seconds to go. Draw's going to be to Jansen's left again. Ball was won by Franklin, turned over to Summit, and a backhander from the slot, and Aiden Garner is stopped and held onto by Jansen. Draw is going to be to Jansen's right this time. Won by Summit. James Gilmartin. Pass across to the bottom of the right circle. A shot from Hudson Halters knocked up, Hunter Haley knocked up into the air by the right shoulder of Chad Jansen. Now the puck out at center. 30 seconds left in the period. Puck brought back into the Franklin zone. Zach Ellis a shot. Hit the outside of the netting on the left-hand side. Puck out in front. Haley a backhander stopped by Jansen. Ellis with it again. Coming out to the left wing side. Puck taken away by Hudson Richards. Casper Thurston passing it ahead to McLean Butters, who chips it into the Summit zone, trying to catch up to it at the inboards. Goes around the back of the net. Trying to put it out in front. It's taken away by Summit. Fired down ice, and that'll be it for the first. Aiden Meyer and Owen McGroarty scoring for each respective side here in the first, and it is 1-1 between Summit Page and Franklin at the end of one. All right, let's go over these stats for the Franklin goaltenders. Grayson Butters has played in 8 games. His record 5-1-2. He's played just shy of 334.5 minutes. Goals against average of 1.88. 2 shutouts. He's allowed 15 goals on 122 shots. Turned away the other 107. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 88. Chad Jansen has played in 4 games. His record 3-1. He's played exactly 168 minutes. Goals against average of 2.5. 1 shutout. He's allowed 10 goals and 68 shots. Turned away the other 58. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 85. And again, Jansen's numbers are coming into tonight, not through the end of the first. He has allowed 1 goal on 8 shots so far against Summit. Chad Jansen still in goal for Franklin. Seth Wagner. Okay, it's Seth Wagner in goal for Summit, not Brady Tessier. The second period, Franklin will carry the puck towards me. Summit will carry it away from me as the puck ends up touching the netting above the glass on the bleachers side of the ice, right at the red line. And that took the first 9 seconds off the clock, so they're going to drop the puck right at center once again. Franklin getting the puck into the Summit zone, but Cam White gets to it. He'll pass it out to the far side at center where it's picked up by Cale Lewis, brought back in, but offside. Quinn Loesch went over the line before Cale Lewis did. And Cale's like, dude, why didn't you wait? Draw's going to be on the dot right in front of the bleachers across from the Franklin bench. It's won by Franklin, but quickly turned over to Summit. Cam White inside his own zone with it. Grant Hayes giving chase. Oh, and Grant Hayes breaks up a pass attempt, but couldn't control the puck. White gets it back, but then Quinn Loesch takes it away inside the zone. Oh, and then he had Aiden Murphy going to the front of the net, but he couldn't connect. Puck sliding through center, or back out to center. Now it's back in the Summit zone on the left wing side. Loesch trying to get to it. Jonah Ferguson jumps in front of him, sends it around the boards, around the kick plate. We're going to have a whistle. Oh, as a pane of glass fell out in the left wing corner. Are you kidding me? You have got to be kidding me. Well, it didn't break. That's a good thing. Well, that's not the first time that's happened here at Centennial, and it's not the first time it's happened here on Rink B either. So we're going to be held up for a little bit. 12:55 left in the second. Game is tied at 1. No, and nobody from Centennial's gotten around here quite yet. They're standing up the loose pane of glass because all they're going to need to do is have someone just slide it in from up top. I thought there was going to be a penalty against Loesch for. I didn't see him hit Ferguson, but I knew he'd hit Ferguson. I thought they were going to call a penalty on him, and then I heard the crash, and then it registered. So here comes a few people, maintenance crew, and a volunteer. Three people who are employees of Metro Parks and a volunteer. Hopefully this won't take too long. We got one of the referees trying to knock it into place in the bottom part of the stanchion with his shoulder. All right, let's talk about future stuff while we got a moment. After tonight, we will have played 100 games in the regular season. The Centennial Hendersonville game is officially the 100th because it is listed second of the 2-8-40 starts. We'll have 12 games left in the regular season after tonight. We're going to play 6 next week and then 6 on Monday the 5th. That'll be the end of the regular season, and then playoffs are going to start Wednesday, February 7th. Not really sure how things are going to go because we're only going to have room for 4 games, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and started one tournament on the 7th and then started the other on the 12th. Is the pane of glass back in? It's not in on the top. One of the workers returning with what appears to be a pry bar. So, yeah, playoffs begin February 7th. Regular season ends on February 5th. I know we're going to be broadcasting on Monday because the GNASH Cup race isn't over. There's one game next Wednesday, the Outlaws in Rutherford, as the pane of glass has been put back in place. I'm not doing that game. It's my sister's birthday. Of course, there were originally no games scheduled for next Wednesday, but Outlaws in Rutherford was one of the games that was postponed because of the winter storm. Draw to the right of Seth Wagner as we are ready to resume. Draw one by Franklin. Comes out to the left point. Oh, and Gavin Akers whiffs on a shot attempt. Somehow he kept the puck near him. Manages to send it bottom of the left wing corner. Put out in front. And knocked up into the air by the stick of Owen McGroarty. Then a one-timer over the blue line stopped. And then a great save by Wagner on the rebound try by McGroarty. The left-hand side of the net was suddenly open for McGroarty, but Wagner got over and denied him. Draw is going to be to the left of Wagner. Draw one by Franklin, shot past the net. Zach Peterson trying to clear it out, held in Owen McGroarty. Puck coming to the slot, off the stick of Brandon Mills, jumped around his skates. If he'd managed to control that, he was going all by himself to the front of the net with a chance to score. Now the puck behind the net. Brandon Mills puts it out in front, through the legs of Cole Pointer, who was right in front of the net. Now back the other way goes Hunter Haley, but he isn't taken away at center. Brandon Mills gets it back into the Summit zone, but he loses it, and Zach Ellis brings it back out into the Franklin end. Pass over to the right wing side. A shot from Haley missed the net to the right of Jansen. Actually, no, Jansen got a piece of it, they're saying, up on the board. Puck still deep in the Franklin zone. Admiral's trying to get it out. It's over on the far side. Clearing attempt knocked down to the left point by Zach Ellis. Puck drifting across the blue line, but still in the zone. Zach Peterson fires it down deep. Franklin trying to clear it out, and it hits some skates. It hit the skates of Haley. Haley shooting from the right wing side. That's blocked. Puck now drifting back towards the Summit net. And Seth Wagner lets Zach Ellis have it. He tries to clear, held in by Quinn Loesch. Left point, and a shot went across the front of the net and passed it to the left of Wagner. Here's Aiden Meyer. Right wing side of the Franklin zone with a shot into the glove of Chad Jansen. Meyer with the lone goal of the game so far for Summit. It is 1-1 with 10:38 to go in the second. Draw is going to be to the left of Jansen. One by Summit. A shot from Jonah Ferguson was blocked in traffic. Coming down low towards the end boards. Franklin with it. Trying to pass it around and maybe get it out. David Unger with it. Going to try and go deep around the back of his own net. But Aiden Meyer's on top of him trying to put the puck out in front. It's knocked away. Now it's out over on the near side. Franklin trying to pass it around to each other. Puck comes in front. A shot from Cody Lightfoot is stopped by Jansen. He went right to the front of the net, and Jansen with a stop. And that was because Franklin didn't try and clear the puck out. They were trying to pass it around to each other. Puck out at center. Now it ends up back in the Summit zone. Daniel Lawrence and Quinn Loesch in a foot race with it. That's right, it's Cam White. And then he and Loesch both stumbled over going after that thing. Puck comes out to the left point. David Unger passing across, and a shot from Quinn Spencer on the right wing side, hit off a stick. Puck comes back up to the left wing point, and Unger trying to pass it down off the stick of Hank Hayes, who couldn't hang on to it. Here's Daniel Lawrence out at center, passing it over to the left wing side towards Nathan Metzger. Puck going back deep into the Franklin zone. It's behind the net, picked up by the Admirals. Now here's Quinn Spencer going to the front of the Summit net. Put it out in front, but Casper Thurston whiffed on it right when he got there. Puck out at center. Hudson Richards with it. Gives it away to Ferguson. Taken back by the Admirals. McLean Butters got bumped off. Nathan Metzger sending it in the other direction, but gives it away to Josh Yurjevich. Yurjevich now brings it back into the Summit zone. Drops it back to the right point, and a shot from Hudson Richards blocked by Cam White, and he's going to end up icing it. 8:28 left in the second. Game is tied at 1. Draws to the left of Wagner. Won by Summit. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Near side, and cleared out by Gilmartin. James Gilmartin. It's back in the Summit zone, but Casper Thurston had to get back on side. Puck cleared to center. Was intercepted for a moment by McLean Butters. Then Butters takes it back from Gilmartin. Sends it back into the Summit zone, but right into the stick of Colin Breedlove, who clears. Puck going back into the Franklin end. They try and clear, and they do it. Just went over the blue line. Aiden Gardner got a stick to it, but couldn't hang on to try and keep it in the zone. Now Garner with it again at center. Dumps it back into the Franklin end. Chase Wagers chasing after it. Pun not intended there. Puck on the end boards deep behind the net. Sent around to the far wall. Elijah Selby with it in the left half wall. Drops it back down low. The puck behind the net. Brought out in front, and a backhander stopped and held on to by Chad Jansen. I think it was Breedlove with a shot. It may have been Garner, one of the two. 7:26 to go in the second, still 1-1. Draws to the left of Jansen. One by Franklin, fired down the ice into the Summit zone, picked up by Grant Hayes. Pass across, Quinn Loesch had to let it go off the boards, gets off a shot that's stopped by Wagner with a right leg pad. Now the puck comes back in front, and it came towards the net. Wagner in to knock it away. Shot from Hayes. Grant Hayes hits the bottom bar on the outside frame on the right-hand side of the net. Hayes with it again, out towards the blue line, backhands it down low, but there's hardly anyone in a white sweater left in the zone. Zach Ellis with it in the Summit end. Fires it through center for an icing, trying to stretch pass up the far side for Cody Lightfoot. That didn't work. 6:45 left in the second, still 1-1. Draws to the right of Summit. To the right of Wagner. Won by Summit, held in. Or clearing attempt was held in by Franklin. Now it's cleared out by Summit from the far side. Cale Lewis will track it down. Trying to pass it down the near side boards. Back towards the Summit end. Now here's Quinn Loesch bringing it back into the Summit zone. Trying to pass it over, but Zach Ellis knocks down the pass attempt. Aiden Murphy trying to dig the puck loose. Pushes it out towards the high slot. Murphy dropped one of his gloves. No, it was Daniel Lawrence. Puck brought back into the Franklin end, and a shot from Cody Lightfoot off a stick into the netting above the glass. 6:02 left in the second, still 1-1. Draw's going to be to the right of Jansen. Franklin bring the puck out to center and pass ahead to Brandon Mills from Cole Pointer. Goes begging as Mills wasn't looking. It ends up going for an icing. Draw will be to the right of Jansen again. Draw one by Franklin. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Clearing attempt, or a pass attempt intercepted inside the zone by Cam White. White shot in the left wing. Pass across and a one-timer stopped by Jansen. Then he stops the rebound try as well. I don't know who that is just yet. It's too deep for me to see. Puck back in the Summit zone. Summit controlling. It was Aiden Garner. No correction, Reeve Gable. Here goes Braden Owen, left wing side of the Franklin zone. A shot turned away by Jansen. Oh, there's going to be a penalty against Franklin, it looks like. Head contact, a 2 and a 10. Is that Cale Lewis? I think it's Cale Lewis. So Summit getting their first power play of the game. 5:02 left. Yeah, it is Cale Lewis with a penalty. 5:02 left in the second. The game is tied at 1. Draw is to the right of Jansen, so Franklin going to have to hang on here. Franklin had after that delay to put that pane of glass back in place, Franklin had a couple of really good chances in front of the Summit net and did not convert on them. Hunter Haley shooting from out high, turned away by Jansen. Got down low and sent it away with a blocker. Held in by Cam White. Slap shot from the left point, blocked. Zach Ellis from the right point. Pass across. Cam White, one-timer. Gloved and held on to by Jansen. 89 seconds left of the power play. 4:32 to go in the second. 1-1. Draw going to be to Jansen's right again. Draw one by Franklin. They're trying to get it out of the zone, and they will. But just over the blue line, Zach Ellis keeps it near the blue line, and as his teammates get back on side, he brings it back into the Franklin zone. Gets off a backhander that's over the net. Franklin trying to clear the puck out, and they do. Caught up to by Casper Thurston. Passes off McLean Butters. Brings it over the blue line. Drops it back for Thurston. Thurston shot in the right wing. Blocked by the rear end of White. Puck put out in front, and a shot over the net from the top of the left circle, and David Unger. Under a minute left in the power play for Summit. Here's Ellis, leaving it for Aiden Garner. Garner. Now the puck out in front of the Franklin net. I think that was Hunter Haley who couldn't get a stick on it. Franklin ended up icing it, but again, they're shorthanded. Under 30 seconds left of the penalty or in the power play for Summit. Zach Ellis stretch pass up the far side. Puck ends up back in the Franklin zone. Chad Jansen steers it behind the net for Gavin Akers. Akers holding it behind the net. He's content to let the penalty clock run down. Passes over to his left, and it's whipped down the ice. Penalty time against Franklin is up there back at even strength. It was Alex Broy in the box serving the 2. Puck out in front of the Summit net all of a sudden as Elijah Selby fell over, and neither Grant Hayes nor Hudson Richards could get a stick on it. Franklin with another opportunity missed. Now here's Richards back in the Summit zone. Sends it through the top of the crease. Past the net to the right of Wagner. Summit with another steal. They bring it out to center. Cody Lightfoot's pass is intercepted. Brought back into the Summit zone. Shot from Richards blocked. Here's Zach Ellis. Having the puck poked away from him. Hank Hayes, left wing corner, trying to put it out in front. Ooh, it could have gone off the back of Wagner into the back of the net. But it all goes through the crease and back out. Aiden Meyer now back in the Franklin zone with it up top to the left point. Elijah Selby. His shot blocked. Puck behind the net. Comes around to the right point. Colin Breedlove hanging on to it, but his shot is blocked. Gavin Akers carries to center. Akers into the Summit zone. Gets to the front of the net, but he couldn't get the shot away. He had a really bad angle when he was crossing the front of the net. Couldn't get the shot away. Puck back at center. Hudson Richards will send it back into the Summit zone. Colin Breedlove backhanding it around to the far side of the Summit end. Elijah Selby gets pushed away from the puck by Murphy, trying to go to the front of the net, but he was deking too much and he lost the puck. Aiden Meyer clears it out. And we're going to have offside called, I think, against Franklin. The puck went over the blue line, and then one Franklin player stepped back in thinking the puck was coming back in. That drew the whistle. 73 seconds left in the second. The game is tied at 1. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Franklin bench. Draw one by Franklin. Here's Casper. There's putting it in for a one-timer. Stopped by Wagner. A point-blank save on McLean Butters. Last minute of the second. Cam White banks it off the inboards, trying to get it to the near side for Nathan Metzger. Metzger gets pushed into the boards by Casper Thurison. Puck passed up to the right point, and unable to hang on to it was Gavin Akers. He has to back up out to center. 30 seconds left of the period. Hands it off to Hudson Richards. Richards re-enters the Summit zone. Tries to spin away from Cam White. Passes up to the right point. Gavin Akers, slap shot off the left leg pad, of Wagner. Puck passed to the slot, but Casper Thurson couldn't get a stick on it. Nathan Metzger tries to clear, held in by McLean Butters. Butters trying to go down the slot. Puck was knocked away, but it comes to Hudson Richards. Right circle shot. Stopped by Wagner. Rebound knocked out of the crease by Selby. Wagner was drifting over to the right-hand side of the net to leave the left-hand side open, and Elijah Selby cleared the puck out, and that is it for the second. Franklin with a couple of great opportunities, but can't convert. Summit Page and Franklin were tied at 1 after 1, and they're still tied by that score at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third period. Seth Wagner still in goal for Summit. Chad Jansen still in goal for Franklin for this third period. Summit will carry the puck towards me. Franklin will carry it away from me. Somebody going to score a winner here in the third. Franklin need one. They need one. They win the draw. Here's Brandon Mills going into the Summit zone. Puck knocked off his stick. Sent to the front of the net, but Unable to get a stick on it. I think he's either Cole Pointer or Casper Thureson. Now back the other way comes Summit. Aiden Garner, left wing side of the Franklin zone, shoots it over the net. From the top of the left circle. Puck out at center again. Ends up back deep in the Franklin zone behind the net. Quinn Spencer. Backhanding it up the near side. Owen McGordy had it knocked away. Puck is still inside the Franklin zone. Spencer with it again. David Unger will clear it out from the far side, but given back to Summit. Here's Hunter Haley back into the Franklin zone. Lost it. Quinn Spencer brings it out. Spencer back into the Summit zone on the right wing side. Tried to leave it for Brandon Mills, but it hit Mills' skate. And now back the other way comes Aiden Garner. Garner back in the Franklin zone, but one of his teammates stepped over the line before he did, and he had to let the puck go. Aiden Meyer couldn't touch it, and Franklin ended up icing it. 12:48 left, still 1-1. Draw's going to be to Jansen's left. One by Summit. Shot from a Jonah Ferguson at the right point. Hit the body of Gavin Akers and went past the net. Puck cleared to center. Could be an icing, but Jonah Ferguson's going to catch up to it inside his own zone. Trying to pass it up the boards to Aiden Meyer. Meyer gets pushed off the puck. It's still inside. Now there's a chance in front. Quinn looks back in. Stopped. Big save by Wagner. Then he turns away the rebound as well. Gavin Akers, a one-timer from the right circle block. Puck comes back up to him at the right point. Pass across Josh Yurievich. Left point shot missed the net. Puck comes back to Akers on the right wing side. Taken away. Here's Akers again firing it across the front of the net. Here's Quinn Loesch. Putting it behind the net. Loesch trying to pass it up top to the left point. It's intercepted and cleared out by Daniel Lawrence. Akers with it again. Akers making his way back into the Summit zone, getting off a shot that misses the net to the left of Seth Wagner. Aiden Murphy with a big hit on the near side of the Summit zone, but the Spartans still able to bring the puck out. Here's Aiden Meyer nudging it into the Franklin zone. Puck goes into the left wing corner. Josh Yurievich pushes Meyer into the boards. Puck comes up loose. Clearing attempt held into the blue line by Jonah Ferguson. Passes over to the right wing side. Daniel Lawrence has Gavin Akers on top of him, so he sends it behind the net. Off the kick plate over to the near side. Puck comes back down low. Gavin Butters whips it around the boards. Casper Thureson watches it go out. Cam White with it inside his own zone. Tries to clear, knocked down by Butters, and then Thureson left it behind. Cam White back in his skates, carries it to center. White back into the Franklin zone. Double teamed in the slot. Puck knocked off his stick. Back the other way goes Thureson. Thureson, right wing side of the Summit zone. Trying to fire it across to McLean. Butters goes off the boards. Here's Hudson Richards. Banging it off the boards over to the near side. And Summit player ends up hitting members of his own team on his own bench. I think it's Hudson Halters who was trying to clear. 10:31 to go in the game. It's still tied at 1. Draw to the left of Wagner. Puck behind the Summit net. Comes around to the far side. Here's Quinn Spencer chasing after it behind the net. Here's Casper Thureson down low on the left wing side, spinning around, got bumped off the puck. Now here's McLean Butters shooting the left circle, and he missed. Hudson Richards trying to back in it up to the right point, held in by Chase Wagers, trying to pass it down low. He had to spin around to keep a defender away from him. Puck carried to center, and Hudson Richards with a big hit on Reeve Gable. Now Richards with it again, left wing side of the Summit zone. Shot missed the net to the right of Wagner. Puck is behind the net. Brandon Mills backhands it over to the left wing corner. Sent up top to the left point, Quinn Spencer by Hudson Richards. And Spencer's shot hit a stick. Comes down towards the front of the net, cleared out by Summit. It's on goal. Chad Jansen has to turn it away. Quinn Spencer brings it out to center. Had it knocked off his stick right as he got to the Summit blue line. Picked up by Pointer. Now Mills backhands it down low. Back the other way comes Summit. Zach Ellis shot in the left circle, misses the net to the left of Jansen. To the right of Jansen. Gavin Akers behind the net. Telling Brandon Mills to go deep. Or passes ahead to Owen McGroarty. Now Mills, right wing side of the Summit zone. Puck got away from him. He catches back up to it down low. Puck over on the far side now. Now it's behind the net. It's not behind the net. It's on the kick plate near the back of the net. And it's coming up to the left point, and Summit are going to bring it out. Shot misses the net to the right of Jansen from Aiden Garner. Past the slot, Hunter Haley. Down low, James Gilmartin, a shot. Stopped and covered up by Jansen. Right up against the right-hand post. Jansen coming up with a big save on Gilmartin. 1-1 still with 7:43 to go. Draws to Jansen's right. One by Summit, and a shot in the left point goes across the front of the net and wide left, or wide to Jansen's left. Cleared out by Franklin. Jonah Ferguson out at center, banks it off the near kick plate. But now back the other way goes Aiden Murphy, right wing side of the Summit zone. A shot stopped by Wagner. Rebound out in front, knocked away. And then Wagner got pushed into the net, which becomes dislodged. So Wagner comes up with a big save. Draws to the right of Wagner. One by Franklin, but Quinn Spencer, is it Spencer? It's David Unger. David Unger fumbled it right at the blue line. It crossed the blue line, and then he pulled it back in offside. So they'll drop the puck again outside the zone. Here's a shot from Cody Lightfoot, left wing side of the Franklin zone that missed the net, but hit a stanchion and came almost came back out right in front of the net. Puck hit center. Daniel Lawrence had it knocked off his stick right as he crossed the Franklin blue line. That's back in the Summit end, Elijah Selby. Passing it off, puck whipped around the boards to the far side, and trying to play it was Quinn Spencer, so icing waved off. David Unger catches up to it inside his own zone, whips it around the boards to the far side. Aiden Myers holds it in, but then Unger gets in front of him and forces him to cough up the puck. Here's Quinn Lowe shaking off a hit, left wing side of the Summit zone, tries to put it out in front. They're banging away at it in the crease. Wagner down. And it's cleared away. And the net dislodged again. Seth Wagner has been brilliant. 6:20 to go, still 1-1. Draw is to the right of Wagner. Summit with the puck, carrying it towards the Franklin zone, but sent back the other way by the Admirals. And then taken back by Summit. Hunter Haley a shot. Blockered up into the netting above the glass by Jansen. Draw be to Jansen's right. Draw was won by Summit, but turned over to Franklin. Oh, and McLean Butters tried to pass ahead to Casper Thurston. It's intercepted and carried back into the Franklin zone by Zach Ellis. And then the puck was brought back in offside by Ellis, and he had to let it go, and the Summit players couldn't touch it. Here's Cale Lewis dumping the puck back into the Summit zone. It's at the end boards. Sent around to the far side. It's out at center. Now Gavin Akers is going to bring it back in. Akers drops it back. Trying to hand it off to Butters, who had somebody come across him and take the puck away. I think it may have been Ellis. Puck back at center. Akers with it again. Had it knocked off his stick. Sent back into the Franklin zone. Cale Lewis ahead to Akers. Still inside the zone. Passes ahead to Thurston out at center. Casper Thurston backhands it over to the middle lane in the Summit zone. McLean Butters drops it back. Cale Lewis trying to tap it towards the front of the net to keep it alive. Otherwise, looked like Summit was going to have a 2-on-0 there for a second, carrying the puck out of the zone. Stretch pass to center, deflected into the Franklin end. No icing. Puck out on the far side of the Franklin zone. And a shot from Aiden Garner goes behind the net. Zach Ellis left wing, left half wall. Passing out to the high slot. Daniel Lawrence backhands it down to the end boards. Puck sent around to the far side. Here's Cole Pointer passing it up the near side. Puck back in the Summit end. Cole Pointer tried to pass it down low and went off a skate, blocked by a Summit player and out. Here's Quinn Spencer. Back into the Summit zone. Goes around the back of the net. Tries a on-angle shot from behind the net. Trying to bank it off of Wagner and in, but that didn't work. Now back the other way comes Zach Ellis trying to drop it back in the Franklin zone. It's at the inboards. Backhanded out in front. There's a one-timer blocked by Unger. That was Ellis shooting. Now back the other way goes Brandon Mills. Mills, left wing side of the Summit zone, stops and waits. Try to pass it across the front of the net. Here's Cole Pointer trying to put it out in front. Now comes back Pointer, one-timer in the right circle. Stopped by Wagner. Was it stopped by Wagner? Oh, it hit a Summit player. I think it hit a Summit player, and that Summit player is hurt. He's slowly getting back to his skates. I can't tell who it is just yet. He's too far away. I think it's Aiden Meyer. Yep. Draws to the right of Wagner. So I think that shot was blocked. That shot from Pointer, I think that was blocked. Puck behind the net, taken away by the Spartans. Here's Hunter Haley now, left wing side of the Franklin zone. His shot deflected by the stick of David Unger, Now Aiden Garner comes out in front with a shot, stopped by Jansen. Rebound try, stopped by Jansen, and he's got it covered. James Gilmartin to the follow-up. 2:41 to go. The game is still tied at 1. I think Franklin have to win this game. If they want to win the GNASH Cup, they got to win this game. They can't tie it. Because if they tie, I don't think they win. I think MBA are going to win their last 2 games of the regular season. I definitely can't see Ravenwood beating them, and I can't see Father Ryan beating them either. There's just no way. There's just no way. Puck inside the Franklin zone, still out near the blue line. Now it's out at center. Now it's back in the Summit zone. Cam White getting to it. And tried to pass it over to the near side, and it went off a stick into the netting above the glass. I think it went off a Franklin stick. The stick of Hayes stick of Hayes or Murphy? Is that a 12 or an 18? It's an 18. It was Murphy. 2:12. And timeout has been. Do we have a timeout or are we moving the faceoff? Okay, they tried to drop it inside the zone to the left of Wagner, but it's outside the zone in front of the Summit bench. Draw one by Summit. Cam White deep inside his own zone. Sending it around the wall. Puck comes out to center. Gavin Akers with it. Passes over Hudson Richards. Richards dumps it back in the Summit end. It's behind the net. Here's McLean Butters. Trying to come out in front with it. Puck was knocked away from him. Thurston trying to put it out in front. It's behind the net. Cam White skating around defenders, but loses the puck. And then it's given back to Summit. It's given back to, I think, Braden Owen. Owen's pass attempt was blocked. Puck back in the Summit zone in the left wing corner, or near the left wing corner. Cam White slaps it around the wall and down the ice for an icing. 75 seconds left. Still 1-1. Draw us to the right of Wagner, won by Franklin. Puck down low in the left wing corner. Battling for it. Puck comes out in front, and Summit have it. Final minute of the game. Puck cleared to center. Here's Gavin Akers. Now here's McLean Butters back in the Summit zone. Passes over to the right wing side. Hudson Richards. Richards right up against the boards. Passes over to Butters. Butters trying to put it in front for Brandon Mills. Now the puck out in front, but Richards couldn't get a stick on it. Puck out at center. And now, getting pushed off the puck was Hunter Haley. He got pushed off the puck, and then he ran into Gavin Akers, who knocked him over. And Akers is going to be called for interference. So Akers will go to the box for interference. And Gavin Akers is still jawing at the official. And I think, have Summit called their timeout? I'm not sure. Somebody's called a timeout. We need the scoreboards like we used to have at A-game, where they had little arrows. They had little lights on them that would tell you who used their timeout. So 33.7 seconds to go. Game tied at 1. Summit on the power play. Franklin on Monday have their final game of the regular season against Mount Juliet. If this game ends in a tie, they move to 19 points, one ahead of MBA. MBA have 2 games left. They have Ravenwood on Monday and then Father Ryan on February 5th. And if Franklin don't score a goal to win this game in the next 33 seconds, I don't think they win the GNASH Cup, because I don't think there's any way that MBA lose either of those 2 games. There's no way they lose to Ravenwood. There is no way. Ravenwood have given up on the season. They've given up on it. I don't think there's any way they lose to Ryan either. Timeout done. Draws to the left of Jansen. Can either side find a winner in these next 33.7 seconds? Draw one by Summit. Shot, score! Cam White from above the left circle. Looked like it may have gone off the left leg pad of Jansen into the back of the net. Summit convert the power play to go up 2-1 with 29.1 seconds left. And that may be the GNASH Cup gone. And I think Franklin have used their timeout. Wow. Summit go up 2-1 with 29.1 seconds to go. Wow. Wow, I think that's the GNASH Cup gone for Franklin. I really think that's it gone. I really think that's the cup gone. I really do. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. They were so close to it. They were so close to it. It is surely gone now. Because now NBA would have to lose their last two games of the regular season. Chad Jansen is on the bench. Net is empty for Franklin. They've got to score twice in these next 29 seconds. Draw one by Summit, and they're going to end up icing it. 21.8 seconds to go. And I got to tell you, folks, they got to drop these bad habits quick. They can't carry these bad habits into the playoffs. They will get their hearts broken if they do. They may end up as a middle seed in the tournament. Draw was to the left of Seth Wagner. Here's Zach Ellis firing it into the empty net from center. It hit Hudson Richards, went down the ice and in. 3-1 Summit, 4.5 seconds left. And Franklin may be watching the GNASH Cup fall through their hands. Chad Jansen will return to the net for the final 4.5 seconds, so he was out for 24.6. Draw one by Summit. Shot on goal, stopped by Jansen, that's it. Summit Page beat Franklin. And now the only team that can prevent Summit from being the one seed for the Predators Cup is Mount Juliet. And Franklin, who looked like they were going to win the GNASH Cup in late November, a 3-game losing streak, a 4-game winless streak, and that trophy might be gone now. It might very well be gone. Wow. 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 Unbelievable. Montgomery Bell are very likely going to win a 5th GNASH Cup. I cannot believe it. So the goal scorers in this one, Owen McGordy had the only goal of the game for Franklin. The Summit Page goals were scored by Aiden Meyer, Cam White of the game winner, Zach Ellis with an empty netter. Player of the game is Seth Wagner, though. 20 saves on 21 shots. Another brilliant performance from Seth Wagner. And folks, Summit might be the GNASH Cup favorite, might be the Preds Cup favorites at this point. I'm going to go over to Rink A and see what's going on with Mount Juliet Ravenwood. Mount Juliet are leading Ravenwood 4-2 early in the third over on A. So 2 of the night's games are in the books. MBA beat Pope Prep MOK GCA 4-1. It's just now Summit Page beating Franklin 4-1. So here are the standings with those 2 games in the books. Summit Page are now 5-1 after the win tonight. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb 3-2-1. Father Ryan and Pope are now both 3-3. Mount Juliet 2-1-1. Franklin are now 2-3-1. My God, who would have thunk that? MBA are now 1-1-3. Ravenwood are 0-5, and even if they come back and win that game, they are the 6th seed for the Predators Cup no matter what. Tier 2, Rutherford Rampage leading at 4-1. Brentwood at 3-1-1. Centennial at 3-2, ahead of the Outlaws at 3-1 because they've beaten the Outlaws. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture at 3-3. Station Camp Liberty Creek 2-4. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 1-2-1, and Independence Ravenwood Tour at 0-5. I obviously don't know what's going on with the Centennial Hendersonville game. Again, if Hendersonville win that game, Indy will be the 8th seed for the Hein Cup. So let's go over the schedule for next week, the penultimate week of the 2023-2024 GNASH regular season. Now, this has set up a wacky scenario. Either team can win the GNASH Cup on Monday. If MBA beat Ravenwood and Franklin lose to Mount Juliet, MBA win the GNASH Cup. If Franklin beat Mount Juliet, Franklin win the GNASH Cup. Ravenwood will take on MBA at 5:15 in the Chris Brink and Bellevue. It'll be senior night for both teams. 6:45 in the Chris Brink and Bellevue. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill taking on Franklin. Senior night for Franklin. 7 p.m. here on Rink B at Centennial. Station Camp Liberty Creek taking on the Outlaws. It'll be senior night for Station Camp. 7:40 over on Rink A. Summit Page taking on Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb. 8:25 in the Chris Brink and Bellevue. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin taking on Indy. It'll be senior night for both teams. And on Rink B here at Centennial at 8:30, Rutherford taking on Brentwood. It'll be senior night for Brentwood. And then next Wednesday, just one game next Wednesday, 7:30 on the North Rink in Antioch. The Outlaws taking on the Rampage. It'll be senior night for Rutherford. On Monday, we'll be in Bellevue for the first 2 games of the day. Be on there at 5:15 for a 5:10 for a 5:15-ish face-off between Ravenwood and MBA, and then 6:40 for a 6:45 face-off between Mount Juliet and Franklin. So the standings, I need to go over those. So Franklin are now 8-3-2. 3-2. Franklin are now 8-3-2. And are now 7-1-4. NBA. They both have 18 points, but again, Franklin are ahead of NBA because they have one more win. Father Ryan 6-7, Pope now 6-7, Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill 4-5-2, Ravenwood at 3-9. But I can't believe Franklin are very likely going to lose the GNASH Cup. I can't believe it. But it's really, when I started with GNASH in 2009, yes, 2009, they had a tournament for the GNASH Cup. There was no trophy for the regular season championship. They had a tournament, a GNASH Cup tournament, because the results of the GNASH Cup tournament determined who would represent GNASH in the Predators Cup, back when the Predators actually ran the Predators Cup. But then the Knoxville and Memphis teams stopped competing in the Preds Cup after 2010, and GNASH took full control of the tournament in 2011. So they began handing out they had to do something with the GNASH Cup, so they made it a regular season prize. And to be completely honest, it's kind of lost its shine. You win the regular season championship, you get a trophy for it, that's nice, but that's all you get for it now. Back then, if you won the GNASH Cup tournament, you got a spot in the Predators Cup. Although it used to be, GNASH had 4 representatives, the regular season number 1, and then the top 3 finishers in the GNASH Cup tournament, or top 4 if the regular season number 1 finished in the top 3. But the GNASH Cup's importance has kind of faded away in the last few years. I mean, the last team, Ravenwood won the GNASH Cup, Preds Cup double last year. And the last team to do it before them was NBA in 2021. But over the years, since it's become a regular season trophy, let's see, 2010-11, Brentwood won it and then won the Preds Cup. 2011-12, Ravenwood won it and won the Preds Cup. 2012-13, Centennial won it, Ravenwood won the Preds Cup. 2013-14, Brentwood won it. Centennial beat them in the Preds Cup final. 2014-15, Brentwood won the both. 2015-16 and 2016-17, NBA won the GNASH Cup both years, but Ravenwood beat them in the Preds Cup final both years. 2017-18, Brentwood won both trophies. 2018-19, Hendersonville Beach Gallatin won the GNASH Cup. Brentwood won the Preds Cup. 2019-20, NBA won the GNASH Cup. Brentwood won the Preds Cup. 2020-2021, NBA won both. 2021-22, Brentwood won the GNASH Cup. Ravenwood won the Preds Cup. Last year, Ravenwood won both. So more often than not, the GNASH Cup winner in this era, this age, does not win the Preds Cup. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal anymore, but it's really a shame that Franklin had probably thrown this away. Franklin entered GNASH in 2000-2001, the league's second season. They've never won a GNASH Cup. Never. They've never won a GNASH Cup. They've never won a Preds Cup. They've won 3 Hein Cups. But they've never won a GNASH Cup, and they probably squandered it. It's just a real shame. It really is. Well, that's it for this week of GNASH hockey. I don't know what to say. Summit Page winning tonight 3-1 over Franklin. Franklin, the GNASH Cup looked like a sure thing for them nearly 2 months ago. Now it looks like they're going to fumble it. It looks like they're going to throw it away. So on Monday, we'll be at Bellevue. 5:15 airtime, or 5:10 airtime, 5:15 face-off, Ravenwood NBA. It's senior night for both, so it's going to be a little bit. 6:40 pregame for a 6:45-ish face-off for Mount Juliet Franklin. It's senior night for Franklin, so it's going to be a little bit. I got 9 seniors to honor. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great weekend, and good night, everybody from Centennial.